Volvo estates are for old people. They're boxy, unadventurous and frankly far too sensible. Right?
Right.
Wrong. I don't care what you might have heard of Volvo estates of old, this has got to be one of the smartest executive cars I think I've ever seen, and aside to that new grille and the sleeker shape, it's still unmistakably a Volvo as well. And to be honest, it was probably a bit unfair before, because Volvo estates have been just as popular for their class and practicality as they have been for their conservative looks. And this model, the V90, aims to tackle the BMW 5 Series Touring, the Mercedes E-Class estate and the Audi A6 Avant. The question is, with this Volvo's new lease on life, can it offer the charm of the old models? And can Sweden really compete with Germany for luxury? So from the off, you can tell that this interior is pretty special. I mean, you just sink into these seats. There's loads of nice materials dotted around. You get some unique features too, like this keyless twist ignition key and this dual-like driver mode button. And the interior is just really streamlined and nice to look at too, and it's all centered around this vertical 9-inch touchscreen. But this isn't just any old touchscreen. This thing is unbelievable. It's got everything. It's got sat-nav, Spotify, customizable themes, clear text message readouts.
Stop going on about having a Volvo. It's not even yours.
There's a quick release button for the rear headrest just in case you're in a rush. There's also scheduled cabin conditioning. You can even get that classic Volvo keypad. I mean, this thing really is great. You'll keep finding new features all the time on it. And this actually comes as standard on this Momentum model. The one thing that doesn't come as standard though, which is a bit of a disappointment, is a reversing camera, because this car is huge and it really is a must. Practicality and comfort wise though, it is pretty faultless. I mean, the seating position's spot on, there's plenty of storage compartments for your wallet and your keys, and you even get a massive glove box. Sitting back here, the V90 is just as good as any other executive estate in terms of both comfort and space. I mean, I've got absolutely loads of legroom, and even if I sit up straight, I've got plenty of headroom as well. And you also get two very cool cup holders, as cup holders go anyway. And you also get storage under here, some Isofix fittings for baby seats, and some netted storage at the back of each seat. Quick automatic boot opening is always a bonus, and once you get back here and start playing around, you realise just how flexible the V90 is. I mean, you've got this pop-up luggage divider which stops your shopping from rolling around. You've got hooks here for shopping bags, you've got anchors here for tying things down, and you can also fold these seats completely flat, easily with the touch of a button here. It's little things like the fact that this underfloor storage has got hydraulics on it as well that just add a bit of class. However, as big as this boot may look, and it is big, I mean 560 litres with the seats up and 1,526 with them down, it's still not as big as the 5 Series Touring or the E-Class estate or the Audi A6 Avant. So as a large estate, comfort is of course important, and I can honestly say that the idea of a 5 or 6 hour drive in this just doesn't bother me. I mean, it's a pleasure to cruise around in. Okay, it could do with being slightly cushier over bigger bumps. I mean, it's by no means uncomfortable, but some of the larger estates just seem to float a bit more. And if you do want that kind of appeal, then you'll have to go for the optional £1,500 adaptive dampers and rear air suspension. The steering's well balanced though, with enough responsiveness for effortless cruising around town and supermarket runs. Some may argue that it needs a bit more feedback for more enthusiastic driving, and those people will probably be BMW fans. And yeah, okay, the 5 Series does handle better, but the V90 is not an effort to drive. I mean, it just does drive itself, especially on longer journeys. And if you want to juice things up a bit, then you can whack it into dynamic mode. Now, Volvo's renowned reputation for safety are just one of the things that make the V90 great to drive. I mean, you've got the likes of lane keep assist, autonomous emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, and pilot assist, with pilot assist basically taking adaptive cruise control to the next level with semi-autonomous capabilities. And this can control the steering, the braking, and the throttle, which is perfect for if you're on long motorway stints or if you're stuck in slow moving traffic. you can have either a D4 or a D5 diesel engine, both of which are 2-litre units. Now we've got the slightly less powerful D4 engine mated to an 8-speed automatic, and although it is the less powerful, it's still got plenty of bite with 187 brake horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque, and it actually gets from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 8.5 seconds, which for a car this size is pretty impressive. Personally, I don't think you'll miss the added power of the D5, but what you might miss is the small power pulse electrical boost you get, and this helps iron out turbo lag, and turbo lag is clearly evident in the D4. It's not annoyingly so, but it is there. For those who plan on clocking up motorway miles, you shouldn't have a problem getting around 55 miles per gallon. And with CO2 of just 119 grams per kilometre, company car drivers will be looking at a BIK tax rating of 23%. Now when it comes to pricing, the V90 isn't cheap. It starts from around £35,000. But that is cheaper than the 5 Series Touring, the A6 Avant and the E-Class Estate. And no, it's not as fun to drive as the BMW, and it's not as practical as the Mercedes or the Audi, but if you've really got your heart set on a Volvo, those small differences aren't really going to matter, are they? I mean, likewise, if you're going for something like a Jag, you're buying it because you want something different. So would you go for a Volvo? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.